that are actually engaging on their side. We need to have people that know how to do electrolysis, and I'm basically building bridges. This is my job is to build bridges, and you cannot be in the middle. You need to find a way to jump to the other side, put a rope, the other guy comes in, and it's very difficult to know exactly what's the right way, who should be more proactive, who should be less proactive. What we know is we don't have time. And so what I see is that the sense of urgency has been driving incredibly encouraging new behaviors from very traditional players. And I'm not talking about just oil and gas thinking of wind. I'm talking industrial, chemical, huge companies just standing and saying, okay, I need to get into this journey. And so they are coming our way. And we need to find the competencies that we need to bridge the gap. And I do believe that once we do it together, then it will be a convincing solution, because we know we can break that famous chicken and egg story. We had an interesting debate yesterday about German industry. How do I do? I would like to do green hydrogen, but I don't have offtake, and then people want to decarbonize their supply chain, but they don't have cheap hydrogen available. So who is going to break that catch-22 or chicken and egg dilemma? Well, the question is very simple to resolve. Everyone has to sit in that value chain and say, now we are going to go into this journey together. And once we know that you will have aluminium, 8 tons of CO2 per ton of aluminium, steel, 2.2 CO2 a ton for 1 ton of steel. So we know what we need to address. I mean, it's not like we need to invent a path, we just need to take that journey together.
And maybe to complement what you're saying, from an investor point of view, what you're going to hear more and more is they're going to be challenging you on how you future-proof your business model. And I think they are more and more expecting you to take approaches which are not conventional. Because, as you were saying, you don't have much time, and to be able to transform fast, you probably need to take some moves which are not the conventional ones. So I mean, if you look at, we work a lot with some private equity partners who are really involved in taking companies, investing in them, and ensuring that there's a very strong and steep sustainability curve. People like EQT, and I encourage you to go on their website and look at their philosophy. It's all about this. So I do believe, as Philippe was saying, if you have the right partner, the right level of engagement, the right equity story, you're going to be convincing. That's what's more and more expected from you.
I'd like to add one thing, because I insist a lot about the North Sea, the clean power belt of Europe. We need also to consider carbon capture. We need pipelines. We need very basic, simple things that are going to allow the jobs in Europe for the industry or the renewable job that we can create stay in Europe. And this is related to the activism. There's one reason I'm passionate about what I'm doing now for years, is that at the end of the day, we can produce clean power, we can decarbonize our industry, and we can keep our jobs in Europe. In my case, it's Europe, but the same solution can be replicated in the US, it can be replicated in regions of the world, but this fundamental integration of the clean value chain is generating local jobs. And that's where, at the end of the day, when we talk about the transition that is needed, but needs to be fair, we have an agenda that is almost a political responsibility. We're not just here to save the planet, but to make sure also that we don't relocate industry in other parts of the world. We talk specifically about Germany. But I think we have a solution, and it's only gathering the players around the table that will accelerate this implementation.
I don't know how long we have. Was it 45 minutes?
We still have 15.
Okay. Is there another question? So, as said, well, you're all going to receive your report. BNP Paribas Exam Research is very unique in Europe. We have a leadership position, and especially when it comes to ESG, we have outstanding teams and outstanding tools. So if you want to do any follow-up on this report that you're going to be receiving, if you want to do a deep dive specifically on your sector, I'm super happy, together with my colleagues present here, to organize this follow-up with our teams with you, and to bring you all the added value that we can when it comes to not only sector expertise, but value chain expertise. Yeah.
This is sort of between a question and a comment, but I think for me it was really interesting because this is formalizing and putting discipline and structure around something that I've gotten much more anecdotally, talking to investors and companies, but it's really that same common conclusion, which is understand the economic drivers of this on your business. How does it tie to your strategy of how you're going to win in a world that's changing? And how are you going to operationally be excellent in terms of human capital, physical capital, and resilience, right? And I think it's great that you've gone through the work of actually doing a proper version of what I think we've been doing a much more informal version, but the conclusions are very similar. And it's funny, I just looked, I'm doing a presentation at our CFO conference on Monday, and the recommendations are basically the same. So I was checking to make sure I had the right recommendations. So I'd love to actually cite the research in terms of, so are we going to, that would be really great, because I think there's so much misunderstanding between companies and investors. Because when I talk to companies, like, what do people want? You know, I get asked these questions, what do they want? And the answer in some ways is a very good answer. They want to hear that you're a great business that's going to succeed, and they want to understand how these things connect. It's not they want an ESG answer and they want a business answer. They want a business answer.
That means a lot that you are valuing the researchers. Thank you very much.
Thank you for doing the research.
It's okay. Happy to contribute to common goods. Yeah, so if you want to go and talk more in the networking area, we'll be happy to. And so, I assume all of you are coming to our cocktail tonight. It's going to be the best cocktail. I assume all of you are coming to our cocktail tonight. For those of you not invited, Mana, she's going to invite you. We have amazing view on the sea. We're going to have superb music from an engaged rapper, singer, who's doing one song per SDG. So this is the coolest thing on earth.
Sorry, he's focusing on climate action as the one song.
Okay, so then we go two songs. Really cool. So come to meet with us. We'll be happy to have you and be able to continue the dialogue. Thank you very much.